Gather round, children of the sun, and let an old storyteller share a tale from the heart of Africa, a story whispered by the baobab trees and carried on the harmattan winds. This is the story of Kwame, a farmer whose hands were calloused from toil but whose spirit was as smooth and clear as a river stone. In a village nestled at the foot of the great sleeping mountain, lived Kwame. He was not a man of many possessions. His hut was made of mud and thatch, his goats were few, and his yam harvest was often just enough to feed his family. But what Kwame lacked in coin, he possessed in abundance in character. When he spoke, even the elders listened, for his words were weighed with honesty. When he made a promise, the village knew it was as certain as the sunrise. He was poor, yes, but he was rich in the one currency that never loses its value: respect. One sweltering afternoon, as Kwame was clearing a new patch of land for his crops, his hoe struck something hard. Not a rock, for the sound was a dull, resonant thud. Curiosity piqued. He dug around the object. His eyes widened as he unearthed an ancient, termite-gnawed wooden chest, bound with rusted iron straps. With trembling hands and the strength born of a lifetime of labor, he pried it open. Inside, nestled in decaying cloth, were not gold coins or sparkling jewels, but something far more peculiar: seeds. Hundreds of them. They were unlike any seeds he had ever seen, shimmering with an iridescent, rainbow-like quality, warm to the touch, and humming with a faint, almost imperceptible energy. Knowing this was no ordinary discovery, Kwame took a single seed and planted it in a secluded spot near the river. He watered it, tended to it, and spoke to it as he would his own child. In just 3 days, a marvel occurred. A plant sprouted, its leaves a vibrant emerald green, and at its center grew a single, luminous fruit that glowed with a soft, golden light, casting gentle shadows in the twilight. When Kwame carefully picked the fruit, its skin peeled away to reveal a pulp that, when eaten, filled him with a vigor he hadn't felt since his youth. His weariness vanished, and a deep sense of peace settled over him. He realized the treasure was not wealth, but life itself, a source of endless vitality and health. News, like a wildfire in the dry season, travels fast. Whispers of Kwame's miraculous plant reached the ears of the merchants in the distant city. These were men whose hearts were as heavy and cold as the gold they hoarded. Their names were Ojo and Ez. They saw not a miracle for the people, but an opportunity for profit. One evening, 2 lavishly dressed figures arrived in Kwame's humble village, their silk robes a stark contrast to the simple cotton of the villagers. It was Ojo and Ez. They found Kwame sitting outside his hut, enjoying the evening breeze. "Kwame, the farmer," Ojo began, his voice smooth as palm oil. "We have heard of your great fortune. A man of your wisdom deserves more than this simple life." Ez stepped forward, opening a heavy leather bag. The clinking sound silenced the crickets. He poured a stream of gold coins onto a mat, the metal glittering under the moonlight. "This is for you," Ez said, his eyes gleaming. "Give us the chest of seeds, and you will never have to toil again. You can have the biggest compound in the land, cattle as far as the eye can see." Kwame looked at the gold, a fortune that could change his life in an instant. He saw the new roof he could build, the fine clothes for his wife, the full bellies for his children. The temptation was a serpent, coiling in his gut. But then, he looked beyond the gold, at the faces of the merchants. He saw their greed, a hunger that could never be satisfied. He imagined them selling the fruits for exorbitant prices, leaving the poor and sick to suffer. He thought of his village, of the elders who coughed through the night, of the children who lacked energy. Slowly, Kwame shook his head. "Your gold is beautiful," he said, his voice steady and calm. "But it is a dead thing. It cannot soothe a fever or mend a broken spirit. These seeds were found on the land of my ancestors. They are a gift from the earth, not for one man to hoard, but for all to share." Ojo scoffed. "Fool! Do you know what you are throwing away? You will live and die in this pile of mud." "Perhaps," Kwame replied, a gentle smile on his face. "But my spirit will be free. A full belly from a stolen meal never brings a peaceful night's sleep. Your wealth is a heavy chain. I prefer the lightness of a clear conscience." Frustrated and angry, the merchants gathered their gold and departed, vowing that Quaim would regret his foolishness. True to his word, Quaim did not keep the gift for himself. He called the village elders together and showed them the secret. He shared the seeds, teaching everyone how to cultivate the glowing fruits. Soon, the village was transformed. The sick became healthy, the old felt young, and the children played with a newfound energy. The village became known as a place of healing, a beacon of light. They trade in their surplus fruits not for gold, but for knowledge, for friendship, and for things they truly needed. Their wealth was not in coins, but in their collective well-being. Quaim remained in his simple hut. He still farmed his yams, though his work was now lighter, his heart full. He was still Quaim the farmer, but now when people spoke his name, it was with a reverence reserved for kings. He had chosen the richness of community over the riches of coin. And what of Ojuandez? Their greed, like a termite, gnawed at their empire from the inside. They cheated one another, made enemies of their partners, and their vast wealth, built on a foundation of deceit, eventually crumbled into dust. They were left with nothing but their empty hearts and the bitter taste of regret. They had everything, yet they had nothing. Quaim, who had chosen nothing but his integrity, had everything that truly mattered. He lived a long, peaceful life, and when he finally went to join his ancestors, the entire village mourned, not for a rich man, but for a great man. And so, the story of Quaim reminds us. Wealth can be lost, gold can be stolen, but integrity, once you hold it, is a treasure that no one can ever take away from you. It is the light you carry within, the truest measure of a person's worth. Thank you for listening. Remember to carry this story in your heart. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the motherland. Until next time, walk with peace.